There's evidently a romantic comedy called Bros about two gay guys. And they did all the polling and everything else, and people in New York and LA are like, you know what mainstream America really is demanding? They want a romantic comedy about a gay male couple. Straight people are going to love this. That's what they said in New York and LA. Now, I'm not an expert in couples, right? I've been married for almost 20 years. But the reason why romantic comedies work for straight people is because usually, this is a general analysis, men like the humor in romantic comedies and women like the romance. Now, sometimes men like the romance and women like the comedies more. You understand how couples work. Everybody is different. But the reason why the romantic comedy typically does well is because couples that are dating and couples that are married see in themselves some form of reflection in the romantic comedy. They get to go laugh, and then they get to hug and kiss, and everybody's happy at the end of a romantic comedy because we know everybody rides off into the sunset and lives happily thereafter. Okay? That's the conceit of the romantic comedy. But generally speaking, romantic comedies are made up of heterosexual couples because most couples are heterosexual, right? Most people, if you're a guy, you typically are going to end up with a woman. And if you are a woman, you typically are going to end up with a guy. That doesn't mean you have to. If you decide you like girls and you're a girl, go for it. Live your lives happily. If you're a dude and you like dudes, go for it. Live your lives happily. But most people go to the movies to see a reflection of their own relationship. And so I'm not at all surprised. I would think gay people might be saying, hey, finally, we've got a romantic comedy that represents us. I want to make sure I go see this. And I hope that gay people enjoyed this movie, Bros. But most heterosexual people are not homophobic if they would prefer to see a romantic comedy that involves a man and a woman. Now, I don't go see these movies, romantic comedies in the theater anyway. I've been married almost 20 years. I don't remember the last romantic comedy I went to see with my wife. I think there are lots of men out there and women who are like, yeah, I got limited amount of time. I'm going to go watch Top Gun. I'm going to stay home and watch House of the Dragon. I don't want to go watch a romantic comedy at all. But it's really crazy to me that it would be considered homophobic because there weren't enough heterosexual couples that went to go watch a romantic comedy about gay dudes. Like, this seems like eminently expected to me. Most people watch romantic comedies specifically because they see their own relationship there. Now, you can argue, well, you should see your relationship with those two gay dudes. But I don't think most people are building their Saturday night around going to watch that romantic comedy. Most people aren't going to theaters, period. But if they're going, they're not going to go watch this. It's not homophobia for romantic comedies starring heterosexual people to do better than romantic comedies starring gay people. Gay people should all go see it if it's so great. And if the movie is so transcendent, maybe it will do well no matter what. Certainly we have examples of that. But the idea that it's homophobic because heterosexual people would rather go see a romantic comedy starring heterosexual people is kind of crazy to me. This is the world we live in.